This is important thing for me, okay? Because I'm Russian and this is Scorpion's wind of change. Okay, or not okay. I can't help myself, but it's all the time. Makes me emotional, and for some reason, since I moved to United States, this song may be like patriotic stuff, nostalgia, and like I miss my homeland. It's the most famous song of Scorpions in Russia, I'm pretty sure. But it's not like my favorite, okay? You know what's my favorite, yes. Or you don't know, you don't listen and watch my covers. Okay, fine. So I found a very cool video, Gorbachev's 80th birthday. It's pretty interesting, and Scorpions playing, and let's listen this version.
Down to Gorky Park, listening to the wind of change. An August summer night, soldiers passing by, listening to the wind of change.
Okay, song facts in the studio. You can be bored by song facts, come on. Anyway, so The Wind of Change is the power ballad which was written and composed by Klaus Meine, and Russia was inspiration for him. The inspiration for the song came to him in Russia in 1989. The previous year, they became the first hard rock band to play in Russia, and they returned to play the Moscow Music Peace Festival. At this show, they were inspired by the sight of thousands of Russians cheering them on, even though they were a German band. On one of the days leading up to the festival, Scorpions' manager decided to get a boat trip together to have a barbecue. This was no easy task in that part of the world at the time, and he later said that arranging the boat trip was as monumental as putting the concert together. While floating down the Moskva River and witnessing the decades-old cultural and political barriers falling apart, Meine started whistling the melody for Wind of Change. The song started to build up in his mind. We took the boat down the Moskva River, and we were at this boat with all the bands, with MTV journalists, with Red Army soldiers. It was an inspiring moment for him. It was like the whole world was in that one boat talking the same language. Music. This is... I mean, it's so sensitive.
The world is closing in, and did you ever think that we could be so close, like brothers? The future's in the air, can feel it everywhere, and blowing with the wind of change.
Obviously, my family has ancestors who was in the war, who died in the war. My grandparents was the children of the war, and I grew up in Soviet Union and in the 90s crazy time, and Russia was a weird place, like, you know, damaged culture, very injured culture. And when you see the year 1989, it like I was already alive, don't you think? There was already so many crazy bands exist, amazing quality of music in the United States, in the United Kingdom, in Germany also. So many quality music. In Russia, we were like 50 years behind for sure, not exaggerating. And it's touching me for like, damn, but it's my country, it's my homeland, and I felt this, and it's so touching when you had a history when so many families destroyed, the whole country destroyed, and people died for what? In the same time, Scorpions proved Germans is not equal being Nazis. There is also people who lost so much because of that war, and they didn't want to have war. I love Scorpions, they're so nice. Gorbachev sitting there. Do you know Gorbachev? Okay, very sensitive and lyrical mood today. There was an interesting fact, if you don't know. Yes, we always have plenty of interesting facts in our channel. If you don't know, please know. I forgot to mention that Wind of Change came out as a part of the Scorpions' hit album Crazy World on the 25th of November 1990. So the opening lyric for the song is I followed the Moskva. I like that he pronounced it not Moscow or Moskva, but Moskva, which is correct. Mine wrote the song by thinking of the words and whistling the melody, so he thought that whistling was the logical way to open the song. The record company didn't like the idea and resisted an opening with the whistle, especially because the Scorpions were known as a savage hard rock group. They wanted a heavy guitar intro instead. The band tried it the record company way, but it just wasn't working. They finally decided to go with the whistling intro in tandem with a clean guitar. That opening whistle became one of the most iconic song opening ever. And can you imagine, the Scorpions also recorded the Russian version on the Russian language, the song which called Ветер перемен, means Wind of Change. Isn't it like adorable? I told you, they're so nice. Who will do it?
These memories are buried in the past forever. I follow the Moskva and down to
presented a gold record and $70,000 of royalties from the single to Mikhail Gorbachev in 1991, saying the money would be given to children's hospitals. Nice, guys. It's so nice. It's so nice. I just wanted to say that relationships between artists and record companies, all these labels, all these people who in the business from a more financial side, and they sometimes making that stupid decisions. Like, remember the story with Bohemian Rhapsody, and it's one of the most mind-blowing songs. No whistle, you're supposed to rock on, and I'm pretty sure one of you guys gonna say, what is that mellow pussy song? But it's such an important song, and for my nation is important song. It's moved something very hard to move. Only via this risky decision, these kind of songs really changing something. And it doesn't matter, it's heavy, brutal, badass or mellow ballad kind of stuff. How many times they did mistakes, artists go to another record company and another guy finally say, let's do it. And then like, wow. You know how many stories we have like that, but how many stories we never heard because the musicians wasn't like pushing us and the record companies just cut on the roots and didn't accept something because maybe they just didn't have a right mindset. This is maybe not the best Scorpion song, but it's very important. Did you see? And they had such an iconic kiss. The former Soviet Union leader Mikhail Gorbachev cute and such a powerful and historic and iconic. The song eventually became an international sensation. It was on top of the charts in more than a dozen different countries. It was something more than a hit song. It was a call for freedom and for unification and a message of hope. From a political standpoint, it's one of the most important popular songs ever recorded. According to the Klaus Meine, the song is purely a peace anthem, the one that symbolizes the end of the Cold War, the fall of Soviet Union, as well as the coming down of the notorious Berlin Wall. It's about changing times of freedom of movement. It's about the wind of change blowing all over the world. I miss my country now. I wanna go to Russia. But not in the winter, please. Not in the winter. Maybe April I go. April, May. Okay. April, May I go. До свидания, друзья.